right there. First cast. Perfect chunker fall walleyes right there. And first cast right there. Fish on. Feeling real nice too. That is exactly what we're after. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. What is going on, guys? Today we are back with another video. Starting it out inside. I've kind of had limited time to fish over the course of the last several days now, and wanted to kind of throw this little video together. It's actually from a quick afternoon outing and then a quick evening outing, and I kind of want to show you guys two types of bites that seem to be going good right now, pretty much on a few different lakes I've been going to this week. And one thing I noticed is that turnover 100% took place in the past 4 or 5 days in kind of my home area where I'm doing a bunch of fishing. Water's kind of a different color. You have very varying water temperatures around the lake. There's a little cloudiness to the water, and all of a sudden fish are doing some weird things depending on where you're at. So kind of wanted to showcase a couple different fall bites, but spoiler alert, it got real cold outside. Temps are dropping. It's even snowed for like 3 days now. Kind of crazy. So I kind of want to show you guys two different things. A daytime bite that's going really good, and then in the dark type of bite that's going really good. And kind of how to get on those two things, because honestly, it's been a little bit kind of finicky, a little bit tougher fishing around me the last several days now. And kind of wanted to throw this little bit of a mashed up video together on two bites that seem to be catching walleyes almost everywhere I'm going right now. Two different presentations, two different locations, and two different times a day. So stay tuned. Let's get to some fish catches. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Kind of pattern number one we're fishing is a daytime pitching in the weeds type of fall walleye pattern that's catching a bunch of fish right now. Welcome back to another video. Look around in the boat for a second. Oh yeah, it is the season. We've gone there. The point of no return, the first snow of the year, which means it's officially getting to be towards the end of the season. And what a season it's been. A lot of travel, a lot of hook sets, a lot of videos, a lot of content has been created this season, but we're not done yet. We got a solid, what is it, about mid-October? We got a solid another month, and if you really wanted to push it, you could push it more. But we're back, like I said, with another video, and it's cold out. It's like the high for today is like 33, and a bunch of snow. Fished a different lake this morning, caught a few fish. Wasn't really time for that bite yet. Jumping around a little bit, and we're on lake number 2 now today. The snow has finally stopped, which is good. So now we can actually run the cameras, and hopefully we're gonna jig some fall walleyes. So that's the plan. Super cold. First point of talking point, cold front's not really a bad thing for the fish this time of year. They know the cold's coming. They have their calendar set. They know it's gonna get cold. So it's not as bad as like, oh, people say like, oh man, cold front fishing really slow. Definitely the case can be in the spring and summer, and the fall, generally not as much of an issue. So I'm confident today that if I can find fish, I should be able to catch fish. So that's the plan. So stay tuned. Let's get it going on. Hopefully find some fish, hopefully catch some fish, and have ourselves a little day out here. A little afternoon walleye fishing post snowstorm. Ooh, that's looking good. Snap a quick screenshot for you guys. You can see they're about 40, 50 off the left. Wow, right there. First cast. We'll take it. We'll take it. That just looked too good to not get bit there. This is feeling like a really nice fish, to be honest with you. Very nice fish. Wow, are we gonna start with just a really good one here? Come here, buddy. Wow, dude, what is going on here? If this is a walleye, it's gonna be a stud. It is a really nice walleye. Wow, look at that thing, dude. Starting it off with just a chubby fall walleye. How you gonna beat that? Snow in the boat, big walleyes biting jigs. Up on some flats. There we go. Look at that. Wow. Not as big as I thought, the way that fish was pulling. But maybe he's just angry at the weather too. Look at that guy right there. Wow. Is that the way you want to start? Perfect chunker fall walleyes right there. And first cast. Are you going to beat that? You guys kind of saw me just cruising around. Saw those fish on side imaging. Took that quick screenshot for you guys. And pretty much while I was taking it, got popped. And that was only like the second or third jig stroke even, I believe. And that's normally a good thing. And on days like this, the most valuable tool you could bring in your boat, it's not the graphs, it's not the baits, it's not the live bait, it's the minnow scoop. Because without it, your day's just not gonna last very long reaching in here and grabbing minnows all the time. But we'll get another one out, bait up, and fire back into that school. Hopefully they're still sitting there, because as you guys can see, that was a pretty decent little pot of fish right there. Wow, is that a soft pickup? I'm gonna let him eat it for a second though, because I got a bigger minnow on. Got him. Right there. All right. Well, it's starting to come together a little bit, huh? Got two fish in probably 10 casts now. That original school you guys saw kind of busted apart on me. But here we go, another nice walleye. We'll give him the scoop here. And there is always something magical about like that first snow day of the year in the boat, where you just feel like things are happening. The fish know like the end is coming. Still plenty of time to fish, but it's kind of the downward decline of water temperatures. And it's always kind of cool being out here in the snow. There we go, look at that. Perky fall walleyes right there. We'll let that guy go. It's about as crisp and clean as they come right there. And we'll repeat the process. Fishing a lot of minnows kind of that size this time of year. In the fall, a lot of the bait, you know, those fish might have been eating really small fry in some systems, you know, kind of all year. Then as that fry gets bigger, you know, they're naturally used to eating bigger baits come this time of year. So a lot of times going to something bigger presentation, and that is by no means big for walleye standards. They'll eat stuff a lot bigger than that, but pitching on a jig, that's kind of the size I like to use most of the time right there. Oh, that felt bitey right off the bat. Fish on. Perch, or what do I got here? Or is it a walleye? If it's a walleye, it's going to be a little bit smaller one. Oh, it is a little walleye. A little 16-incher. Well, kind of move spots there. And you guys can kind of see the progression. Driving into another spot. See fish on the side imaging. Pitch baits right at them. And there we go. Not a big one. Well, hey, we'll take it, because there's definitely a few more there. A little 15, 16-incher on a chilly October day. He picked up that minnow. I don't even know if I jigged. Maybe jigged once, but he might have already had it type of situation. I like that attitude. And as you guys can see, I mean, we're not catching a ton of fish, but you know, there's not like a million fish in this lake to catch. Wow. That one picked it up real soft. Nice walleye though. Nice fish, nice fish. He's kind of right at the, do you flip them, do you net them? Right at that kind of size. And I'll show you guys here how tight these fish are sitting. Oh, he's gonna get away. I'll show you guys kind of how tight these fish are sitting to some of these weeds. I'm kind of pitching at just some milfoil. And in some of these lakes, you know, everybody talks about, oh, milfoil is so bad. Another little, you know, 15, 16, 17-incher. We'll take them. But a lot of these lakes, people always say how bad, like, milfoil is for the lake and for fish. A lot of fish, like walleyes, absolutely love using it. And we'll see if we can see some of these fish here. All right, right here. These are my walleyes sitting here, kind of just off that edge. Now, if I go this way, you're gonna see there's that thick wall of milfoil. Anytime you see stuff like that, it's almost always milfoil. I'll turn it a little bit to the side, and you can see those fish. Like there's one or two right there, just sitting just kind of outside of that big thick weed edge. Maybe another one right on the bottom right there. So it's really, and there's a good shot right there. A lot of times using your electronics to, you know, side image is great for finding fish. And then when they're sitting so close to structure like this, that Mega Live is so nice for kind of pointing in the perfect direction I need to cast and just putting my bait right there over and over and over to keep it right in their face. Wow, we're on a roll right there. It's feeling like a nicer fish too. You guys can see him kind of fighting his way up on the live. Man, is that fun. Is that ever fun. And you know, a lot of times you're dealing with lakes that don't have a ton of fish in it. A lot of your time spent looking around, oh yeah, real nice walleye. And finding just these little corners or little spots where you get, you know, a little concentration of fish. And by no means is there a ton of fish in this lake, like I keep saying, but it's the driving around, the looking for them, and then the making sure you're putting your bait right on them. And that side imaging and Mega Live, so deadly in these kind of situations. And you know, you always think of the classic Mega Live or any of that forward-facing sonar, kind of the hero shot I always call it, or the commercial shot where, you know, you watch the bait and you watch the fish go up and whoop, you know, right into the fish's mouth. That is a heck of a lot less important in these kind of situations than it is just to get the exact line on where those fish are and how far out to cast. There we go. Perfect, chunky fall golden walleyes right there. I absolutely love it. And as you guys can see, there's still a few sitting right on that outside edge. So you just keep making that same cast, turn it that way, no fish, angle it back just a little bit more. And there's a couple fish sitting right on that edge. Very close to bottom, but those are walleyes. So there you have it. There's daytime pitching in the weeds, catching a bunch of fall walleyes. Water temps pretty much everywhere I'm fishing right now. 55, 57, 53 right in there. A lot of times right when turnover happens, you'll see a big variance in temps. We also have a massive cool down and a lot of wind. So it's kind of like swirling the lakes up and doing some funny stuff. And that's kind of what's making the bite maybe not good on one lake, maybe good on another lake. Maybe there's a good night bite on one lake. Maybe there's a good day bite on another lake. That's what's kind of got the fish all goofy. Now, on a lot of systems that don't turn over, you're probably seeing a really stable, good bite right now with just slowly lowering water temperatures. But around me and a lot of the smaller lakes in the Northwoods, northern Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, you're seeing that turnover happen right now. So the bite can be a little bit off. Now, that normally stabilizes after probably about a week or so. Generally about a week. Even just 3-4 days can make a huge difference. But there you go, daytime pitching in the weeds. Pick them apart with side imaging and the Humminbird Mega Live. Absolutely phenomenal way to fish. A lot of places you're going to go right now. Now, the other pattern we're fishing is in the dark pattern and a nighttime pattern. And we filmed a little bit of this probably a week ago now, but it seemed to be even more relevant on some lakes. A lot of lakes we were going to, it was like you could go there and you just stare at fish and you just like struggle to get a couple of them to bite. All of a sudden, boom, it flipped to night. You'd go up on some shallow rock, there'd be a bunch of fish there and they're eating. Phenomenal way. A lot of times when you have a lot of like adverse different conditions happening, you got a full moon this week, number one. That normally turns fish into a nighttime thing a lot of places and in shallow water. Number two, turnover happening. Number three, huge cool down. So you have a lot of changing water temperature, a lot of mixing of the water temperature, and then the full moon on top of that. A lot of times when you have a bunch of these different adverse conditions, feeding windows might get short. So you might end up with just catching fish maybe that first 2-3 hours of darkness, and that seemed to be a pretty solid way to fish. And nighttime fall walleye fishing is one of my absolute favorite things. There's nobody on the lakes, the fish are super shallow, and you can catch them a couple different ways. So enjoy this video. We also put out a nice piece on the Walleye Now app kind of talking about specific nighttime locations. In this video we're fishing rock But those exact spots, exactly what I look for on the GPS, exact depth zones, how to set up on those spots, what you want to see on your side imaging, all those things available right in the Walleye Now app, which is available on Google Play and the App Store. Just simply click Let's Go Fishing at the bottom of the page and go over and click natural lakes or reservoirs, and then click early fall or fall, and that nighttime segment will be right there. So enjoy some kind of super fast-paced nighttime fall walleye fishing. Oh, there's a good bite. Got him right there. That's feeling big too. That's feeling real big. What do we got? What do we got? Nighttime is the right time. Man, the way it hit and what it's doing, the same big old walleye. And that's exactly what it is. It's not even that big, but man, did he go crazy. Did you guys see how hard that thing was fighting right there? Right when I hooked him? We'll go ahead and net you, buddy. Just getting rocking and rolling out here tonight. Just getting rocking and rolling. And I'll tell you what, it's been kind of a back around home the last few days. It's been a little bit tougher fishing. And kind of made that first half of the video and was like, man, we should really showcase kind of like the other side of the bite, or the other thing that seems to be working good. And that is the shallow rocks at night. Probably don't need the big bright light quite yet, but there we go. Beautiful walleye right there to get things going. Let's catch a few of them. We'll just kind of work the spot real meticulously and hope it kind of pays off. We'll see kind of before it gets fully dark. I like jigging minnow. After dark, the big old jerk bait sitting right in their face, moving some more water, drawing those fish in. Seems to be a little bit better, but we'll see. We're in kind of a real calm spot of the lake here on stop number 1, but we'll see if we can get bit again. And these fish pull so crazy hard up in really shallow water. And all I'm doing is just hooking some bigger minnows, real light, going down kind of a jig weight, 1/8 ounce Pendu jig. Does have a little glow too if you want to hit it with some glow on there. Right there, fish on, feeling real nice too. Feeling like a really nice walleye. Just switched to the old jerk bait. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No matter how many times you do that, it is still probably the funnest way to catch a fish. Especially walleyes, you know, you don't get the opportunity obviously to throw stick baits all the time for walleyes. Anytime you can, well worth going out and making it happen, because my gosh, is it fun. Is it a fun pattern or what? And this time of year, they are all gonna come on the pause. There we go, look at that guy. Nighttime fall walleyes, pitching way up shallow. Daytime pitching on weeds, nighttime pitching on real shallow rock. Super, super fun way to get it done this time of year. Look how pretty that fish is. I absolutely love catching these goldies after dark like this. Sun just starting to go down here. Went to the old jerk bait, and right off the bat, we filmed a night fishing video probably, it was probably about a week ago now, and it was just kind of starting. Now, as the water temps cool, more and more fish will kind of get on this pattern where they're more likely to slide up into some real skinny stuff after dark. And a lot of places you can even do it during the day. This rock pattern, you know, it's kind of lake to lake. Some lakes might have both things going on, where you get a bunch of fish in some, you know, mid-depth weeds during the day. At night, they kind of disperse and end up way up on a shoreline on some shallow hard bottom. And that's the deal right there. Rapala, shadow wrap. Pitching it, twitching it, making it happen. And that was on about the longest cast I've ever made in my life. Whenever you're doing this, I like to reel it down to the desired depth. You basically just want to do a bunch of reeling like that to get it down in the zone. If you just start twitching it right away, what you're going to have happen is the bait's not going to really achieve very much depth. So pull it, pop it like that, hang it there. Sometimes you can just do a couple pops, let it hang. But the key is you're not working it like a bass guy would work a jerk bait, really boom, 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 boom. You kind of want to slow it down a little bit, let that bait hang. I kind of like doing this kind of cadence where you just kind of pull the bait, pop it, and just let it hang there. It'll all come right on that pause like that. Whoa, 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 where's the bite? He's running like crazy. Got him. Oh boy, what do we got here? What do we got here? Feeling pretty nice. The way that thing took off when it bit. I don't know if it's a walleye or a big smallie here. We'll see. Made about 5 casts with jerk bait, put a jig on, took 1 cast, another fish on. I don't know, what do you guys think? Gotta be a smallie, right? Well, it's a nice walleye, really nice walleye. Man, he had me fooled because he just came up to the surface right away, right as he bit. But you know, when you're pitching to 3-4 feet of water, they don't have a whole lot of places to go, do they? There we go. Still on first spot. We've been filming for, what time is it right now? 7:25. I think we started filming at like 6:45. So you guys can see kind of how quick this is. I mean, we're 30-40 minutes in. I'm catching a whole bunch of fish. And look at that. Beauty of a walleye right there. Let's get that jig out of him. What do you say? Pop the jig out of him real quick. Man, did he launch that thing. I don't know if you guys probably didn't put it in the video, but look at that. Beautiful nighttime walleyes right there. That is exactly what we're after. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. I just put the jig on, and you know, since it got dark, and gave it the old mega glow. And these little pendus are bright in the dark. 1/8 ounce here, so there's not a whole lot of it. We'll glow it up quick, and I'll kind of show you guys how much these things pop at night. Look at that. I don't even know how well the GoPro's picking that up. To me, it looks super bright, but they got a good glow on them, which is, you know, you go back and forth on, is it a good thing or a bad thing after dark? But jig fishing, I do like to have that thing kind of glowed up. Now, a big glowing crankbait, that seems a little out of the norm, but just a little glow head on the front of a big old sucker minnow gets the job done. Oh, there's one right there, softer pickup. Got him. Another one feeling like a nice fish here. Another one feeling like a nice fish. Come here, buddy. I just want to take a look at you. Oh yeah, another nice walleye. Oh man, well, for fishing the same spot for about 45 minutes now, just angry walleyes, angry. This is substantially better than it was on this lake during the day today. But sometimes nighttime is the right time. And for whatever reason, right when you have these, you know, that full moon in October, kind of that week and a half surrounding that time frame, when you're kind of dealing with turnover in the process, and there's a lot of kind of influxes going on of changing water and all this kind of stuff, nighttime can be a phenomenal time and a much more consistent time to come out and catch a bunch of these fish after dark like this. And you could go around today, and I was out today earlier this morning in kind of a snow squall, and for whatever reason, see them all over, very few bites. And a lot of times that's just when you have a lot of changing conditions going on. The nighttime can seem to be good when fish are just kind of inactive and blah all day long. But there you go, another nice walleye after dark. A couple on the stick bait, some on the jigs. I don't know what more you could ask for. You could run around the lake all night and kind of run this same kind of pattern. Well, there you guys go. Quick little 45 minutes to an hour of fishing. Caught a bunch of fish. Probably Caught a bunch of those smaller ones too that were just not going to end up on the video, but super fast action. Just kind of sat down and did a longer talking point on exactly the sweet spots where we're fishing after dark and all that kind of stuff. Uploaded it to the Walleye Now app, which is available on Google Play in the App Store, and you can find that video under early fall or fall, and it'll be called Nighttime Locations, where it kind of takes a deep dive into exactly what you want to see on the graph, structure, GPS, all that kind of good stuff like we always do. But appreciate you guys watching this one. Kind of a dilapidated, thrown together video, but hey, when you don't have very much time to fish, because you're building a stupid garage, you kind of take what you can get. But that will change soon, because tomorrow we're getting in the truck and we're doing some destination fishing, driving around, doing it the way I like to do it. We're just sleeping in hotels, up late at night, doing the damn thing. So appreciate you guys watching this video. I absolutely love fall fishing. Hopefully you guys are crushing a whole bunch of fall fish, and if you guys are not yet, please subscribe, stay tuned for more content. We'll see you next time.